Good morning, interwebs. It is 1:10 in the afternoon, and I'm just going to make myself a little cup of coffee while we chat. So, just finished editing another video. I think it turned out really good. If you like to watch me speed crochet, which I know some of you enjoy, there will be a tutorial forthcoming, which has a decent number of clips of me crocheting really fast, and they turned out looking pretty cool, I think. So, just adding a little half and half, gonna add a little sugar. Oh yeah, I've been using my new cream and sugar, and I think these are my favorite cream and sugar little pots that I've ever gotten. I like this spoon. So this spoon, Steve's cousin got married in Atlanta a couple years ago, and we stayed at a house with his parents for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. And his brother and his brother's wife and everybody came. Anyways, we were staying in a house, and somehow we brought food with us and stuff. And this little tiny spoon made its way home from the kitchen of that house with me. And it turns out it's just a really nice sugar spoon, and it fits nicely in that container. So, my family all came in, and that was the end of vlogging till now, which it is just about 4. So I have 10 or 15 minutes before I have to get the kids up, get us out the door, get to dance on time. Anyways, what I wanted to tell you about was the fact that I slept in this morning. Again, so Steve commented, he's like, so apparently Operation Get Up before Steve gets home was a big fail. It's like, yeah. And then I was telling him about how, I felt really bad about sleeping in. And he said that he actually thought it was working out really well. And then we're talking about it, and I realized that I was having a case of the shoulds. And the shoulds are when you think you should do something. Not that you want to do something or have some great desire to do it, but you think you should do it. Why should you do it? I don't know, because we, as in the royal we, have decided it's the way things are done. And I just realized every time I feel like I'm doing something because I should do it, usually means that it is not the right choice for me. Because if it is the right choice for me, then I will think of things in terms of I want to do whatever, or I'd like to do whatever. But once you start to think I should do whatever, it usually means you should, or more that I want to, find a different solution. So, Steve and I have talked over a new scheduling game plan, and I think for right now it's going to work. The kids all seem to be sleeping in. They all slept until 10 o'clock today too. Those are the joys of homeschool. My kids' body clocks can define how and when we run our schedule. So we're going to do is just kind of sleep in the morning, unless we have something in particular that needs to get done. So tomorrow is library groups, so everybody has to be up and around by 9 to eat breakfast, if they're going to eat breakfast before they go, and they will. My appetite in the morning has been really bad for the last few months, so I'm not so concerned about eating breakfast, but my plan is that I'm going to start sleeping in till about 10-ish, if that is how long my body will let me sleep, then get up and go through our day as a family, do what needs to be done, school-wise, house-wise, whatever. That should leave me with enough energy and time to actually spend some time with Steve before he has to go to rest time. Before he puts the kids to rest time, then him and I hang out, and then he goes to bed for the day. So he goes to bed about 4 o'clock, maybe a little before, and so that'll give me a little bit of time in there. Then the kids will rest, and they get up at about 4:30, and then I'll be with them all evening, and we'll do our usual evening things. Then I'll put everybody to bed between 9:30 and 10, which is when they just naturally start to melt, and it's time for bed. And then I will just guilt-free stay up till somewhere between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning, because that just seems to be what's happening naturally. I am extremely productive between 1 and 4, especially when, I don't feel bad about it. I'm productive crafting-wise, and video-wise, and editing-wise, and design-wise, and just, wise, because everybody's sleeping and it's quiet and I get uninterrupted time and I can get twice as much done in half as much time when I'm not just constantly answering questions or getting somebody water or meeting somebody's need or whatever. It goes better. Not to mention, I really like the hours between about 2 and 4 in the morning is my favorite time of day. So, that is the game plan. Now, obviously, if I get really tired before then, I will go to bed. But if I can, and I have things that need to be done, I will stay up during that time. And then, obviously, sleep in the next morning. So, that way, even if I go to bed at 4, if I get up at 10, I still got 6 hours of sleep. And I was telling Steve, I feel like I should go to bed, at 11, which is impractical because he doesn't even get up till 11:15. So my bed is occupied till then. But that I feel like I should be going to bed around then, and then I should be trying to get up when the sun comes up, which is getting later and later every day. But anyways, I should try and get up, at 7. That feels like productive people get up at 6. But I was like, well, that's just stupid because our life is already on this counter-normative schedule of Steve works nights, he sleeps in the afternoon. And I was like, why do I feel like just because I'm home, I have to sleep on the schedule of the rest of the world and function on the schedule of the rest of the world? So we're going to try playing with our schedule. Obviously, my schedule is dictated by what the kids' schedules will do, but that just seems to be the direction that they're starting to kind of fall naturally. So until there's another time change, which just always throws a wrench into our plan, I think that's what we're going to do. And I'm feeling really, as the day has progressed and I've been thinking on it more, I'm feeling really good about it. I think it will enable me better time to do all the things that I want to do. And it'll give me better time during the day to do the things that I need to do that I've been not doing because there are things that I want to do or have deadlines on that kind of, overshadow. So that is where I'm at on that. And now it is time for me to go and rouse children and get everybody going. First, I need to put wood on the fire so that it's roasty toasty when we get home. When we get home from dance, I'm going to film making biscuits because we're going to have some biscuits with our dinner tonight. And then I will upload that video tonight. Again, the Feed Your Face February videos are coming out really late some days. Should be better later this week because some of the videos are already filmed. And my new sleep schedule should enable me to film ahead a little for some things. So bear with me. I know you all are. I think that my regular upload time for the vlog is going to start being sometime in the afternoon. More 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Just because that's kind of when all the stars aligned for my computer to be free to do the upload. And it's also easier if I can do the uploads once everybody goes to rest time. So, rather than planning to see me at 11 o'clock in the morning every day, plan on the vlog being sometime probably around 4 in the afternoons. And then additional content will pop up as I get it finished. Because we're just trying to make everything fit in our day, and I have one computer and it has to be used by everybody for all the computering needs of our family, and just trying to make everything work. So thank you for bearing with me. I do appreciate it. And now I shall go, that's right, wrangle kids, get a snack together for everybody. Ooh, I gotta grab a project bag. I don't think I have one in my purse right now. And then get going to dance. So we're having muffin tins for dinner because, Muffin Tin Monday, right? But I just wanted to point out that I'm going to cut up this loaf of bread that I got on clearance from Walmart before I left on the train. We picked them up in Salina, and then Steve brought them home and threw them in the freezer for me, so I just defrosted it in the microwave. Now I'm going to cut it up, and I use an electric knife to cut my bread. I find it does the best job of not tearing, and it gives me some greater options for sizes and shapes that I can cut things in. We actually have a bread slicing guide. We found this at the thrift store for $2, I think, a couple years ago, and we use it especially when we make homemade bread, but also to cut the French bread up for sandwiches, or if we're gonna put them that way into the muffin tin. But tonight I'm going to cut this into breadsticks for us to dunk in our homemade crazy sauce. So time to make some homemade fast food. So it's about 3:20 in the morning. Not a bad evening. I didn't really have, like, I caught up on most of the things that I needed to do by like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I finished another design sample. I just was puttering around with some leftover yarn. I finished the hat that I need to mail to my winner. So Magpie NYC, I should be getting it out in the mail. I'm going to guess it's going to go in the mail on Wednesday because I have a couple other packages to pack up. And then I was like, well, I could go to sleep. But if I'm going to try this new schedule thing, I want to embrace it. So, Kuma and I have been hanging out. And I worked on another sampley thing that I'm making. I don't know. I'm making a pattern that I really, really like. I don't know whether it's going to ever amount to anything, but I am going to enjoy the finished product at least when it's done. And did I do anything else? Well, I watched a movie on Netflix. Kind of ran out of things on YouTube that, like, I was really in the mood for. So I watched a movie called Before We Go with Chris Evans, and I don't know who the actress was. It was kind of like Before Sunrise, but, like, I saw some of the reviews even said it was like Before Sunrise, but not as good. Like, nothing really happened. It was just kind of like a mediocre independent film with no real plot. Which, I was kind of, like, I like those. I actually, those are kind of my thing. Especially, like, this time of night. Like, I know I'm going to be able to go to sleep. Nothing creepy happened. Nobody died some horrible death. You know, not a whole bunch of drama. So, those kind of movies certainly have their place. And now, I'm going to go to sleep because tomorrow is the library day. And as I have no tutorial to film right now because I got all my stuff turned in already because I did extra last week. Anyways, I have nothing to film tomorrow, so I'm going to go to the library with the family. And we're going to go to the thrift store. I don't know what we're going to get into. We might go out to lunch or something. That'd be fun. So, I need to go to bed so that I can get up. But I can still get, like, I don't know, 5-6 hours of sleep. So, that'll be awesome. And, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Nighty-night.